What's going on, guys? I got 2 boxes of this, so I'm going to break one at a time, 2 different videos. So check them both out. I'll start right away. Alright guys, opening this box right now, 2002 Upper Deck Vintage Baseball. This is the second box I'm opening of the 2 that I just bought. So check out both videos. Did get a good hit in the other box, so hopefully this one goes as well. Here's how it's laid out. 3 rows on the inside. Nail it left to right. Really looking for a dual on-card autograph, which this set does have. That is the big chase card. And for reference, there's what you can get. Kind of screenshot that. Pause it, whatever. Alright, I'm going to fly through it. Stop on a few people that I like, or if the name catches my attention. Some Ichiro. Date the Park Ichiro. Put that back there. It's actually kind of hard to reach. I need to move it closer. Not a whole lot to say when you're flying through these, but Wilson Badman, man. I was saying in the other video, it's crazy, like so many of these names that like they were stars back then, so you know it's cool seeing them pop up again. But there's also a lot of people that were like supposed to be great that ended up being just busts. It's amazing because I can remember the moments, like I can remember when they were drafted, I remember when they made their debuts, stuff like that. The first years they do really well, and then they just end up being terrible. So it's kind of crazy to think about. And obviously, now that you have 15 plus years to look back on it to decide if they had a good career, it's a little easier now in hindsight. I'm sure these GMs that drafted them wish they could do that, but not the way it works. Manny Ramirez, Night Gamers. One of the insert cards there. Unfortunately, because the cards are kind of dull, they have a slight gloss to them, but I actually really like the backs, except for I don't like the color yellow. But anyway, in general, the cards are kind of boring, I guess. Might be the best way to describe it. It's just not an exciting looking set, although the photography is pretty good. No problem with that. The hits are cool. I really do like them. Just the look of those. But yeah, the inserts just kind of fit in, just like, team checklists and stuff. This is really a set builder's product, in my view. Not just because it has a lot of base, but just because it's a nice looking set with a lot of cards. Not a great set, not high end, I wouldn't say. That's not the right way to describe this product. And I don't know what I paid for these boxes. I want to say $30 a piece, maybe? About that, roughly 30. There's a Griffey base card. Got the team checklist with Griffey on it in the last box. So, I believe I have both, but in the off chance I don't, or if these are better condition, I'll keep these. It's Night Gamers, there's Ivan Rodriguez. Another Hall of Famer. Definitely a lot of Hall of Fame guys and star guys in this product. Then you got your guys that are kind of forgotten, your Burley and your Furcal, who are just nasty. Like their peaks of their careers are so good. Just kind of forget about them, DJ. Interesting group. Man. Mark Pryor. 01 Vintage Rookies. If you guys have opened any sort of like retro box like this, anything more than 10 years old, So, you know, kind of timed on as 07, 08 or earlier. What did you do? Like, what box was it? Like, let me know below. And what did you think? Like, was it worth the money you paid? What did you pay for it? Did you find it on eBay or somewhere else? You know, sometimes I go to shows, they got some old boxes and stuff like that. So I know you can find these for sure. You can definitely find old-time stuff around. It's not overly rare. You gotta watch. Sometimes it's tampered with, so usually you want to get it out of somebody just opened a case of it or something like that, which is not always in your control, but that's usually the safest. Like if you see on eBay that they just open a, you know, what would have been a 12 case or 12 box case. Like if you see something along those lines, you kind of have an idea that it's, you know, if it's supposed to be 12 boxes, that's what they are selling, is 12 individual boxes. It's probably pretty safe, but when they have just one box, it's a little sketchy at times, in my view. Doesn't mean that it's going to go bad, but in my personal experience, that's more likely to go south if that is what they have is just one single box. Oh, I just threw the camera. Sorry about that. We still live? I think we're still recording. We are 2/3 of the way done, or very close to it, and about 6 minutes in, I think. So, looks like we're good. McGuire, Tim Raines Jr. And we got another jersey card. So, well, it's a Hall of Famer, and I like it. It's not a patch like the other one. Still very cool. I really, really, really want to get a dual auto. You know, I don't think I've ever pulled one of those from the boxes. I've probably done 20 of these boxes, which isn't a ton. But man, I really want to pull one of those dual autos, which is, how much was it? The dual game use was 1 in 288 packs, and then the autos, they're numbered to 100 or less, so I don't think they really have odds, but I think you can bet their odds are like 1 per case or worse. So, anyway, Eddie Murray, Timeless Teams, Hall of Famer, so no problem with it. We got a Hall of Fame collection. It's cool. Good dude. I will add that to the PC, but it's available if you need it. So let me know. Send me anything that I kind of collect, and we can work it out. I'm pretty easy to trade with if the items are for trade. I don't trade a lot of what I have, but easy to deal with otherwise. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Man, Tim Hudson action. I like guys like Tim Hudson. I love Greg Maddux as a pitcher. Maddux and Glavine. And Randy Johnson, my favorite pitchers of my lifetime. So, like a lot of pitchers since I was one. Love those dudes. But Tim Hudson and Roy Ozark are 2 guys that I kind of look at as kind of the same type. Just small dudes. Not strong, not tall. It just, whatever reason, they were just absolutely nasty. They really, really knew how to pitch. And I love guys that are like that. Like Maddux, you know, he was undersized and unbelievably out of shape if you're not familiar. That dude is definitely not athletic looking. So, just knowing the guys like that exist and just how incredible they were at their craft, I respect that. Man, Carlos Garcia, Freddie Garcia, these dudes that were supposed to be unbelievable. Had some good years, but I liked Freddie Garcia. Really liked him. I remember his Major League debut. I remember that day. Man, thought those dudes would be crazy good, but, you know, it's easy to hype these guys. But again, it's fun for me to look back and see who was great. And Delgado was great. Matt Morris had his peak. That was great, but, you know, it didn't last that long. Lance Berkman was a beast for a while. Great hitter. Sandlot Stars and Vladdy. One of the most fun players ever to watch. If you didn't get to watch him, if you happen to be young enough and watching this, which I don't really know what my audience base is since I don't post like I used to. So I don't really know what you guys are made up of, but, you know, if you're younger and don't really have any familiarity with Vladimir Guerrero, please go watch him. And as great a hitter as he was, as fun as he was, and that's the best way to describe it, he was a fun player. Somebody you'd love to have on a team you root for. But man, my favorite part of him was just he's an unbelievable outfielder. He and Ichiro, just outrageous arms, how strong they were, how hard they could throw. Really, really fun guys to watch. There's Roy Oswalt, who I was just talking about. Loved him. I actually got 2 of his game jerseys that are autographed, that are framed here, so I could show them to you. They're not far from this camera, but I'll show it another time if you guys are interested in some of the memorabilia I had. But I worked for the Astros and got some jerseys from some of the guys that were on the teams back then. Or, you know, anywhere else I worked with. I tried to get, like, jerseys or bats or balls or something like that, some game use stuff, or at least game issue stuff from those guys. I'd get them to autograph it, so whenever I'd work with them or do something for them. So really, really liked Roy Oswalt. For whatever reason, he always reminded me of Dale Earnhardt Jr. I don't know if it was the way he looked or what, but he does kind of remind me of him. So maybe you guys know what I'm talking about. Pretty sure I compared Roy Oswalt to Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tim Hudson in the same video, so probably the first person to do that. This is the last pack, so we're going to end with the Rockies checklist and Larry Walker's sliding. Good deal. What do you guys think? What do you think of the product, the jersey cards? And if you have one of those dual autographs with Griffey, I think it's just Griffey and A-Rod. I don't think he had any other combos, but he may have. I don't recall offhand. I still need that. I don't have it, so would love to get it. Hit me up.